Hi guys, it's Simon. Say welcome to this new AI radar. Today I'm gonna talk about an artificial intelligence named Ophelia, Openmind's switch to PyTorch, artificial intelligence, explainability, and more. It feels like spring today in this corner of Waterbury. Canadian magazine Winnipeg reports that lead singer of Moist has created an artificial intelligence named Ophelia. Ophelia isn't much different from other artificial intelligence systems like Siri or Alexa, but her purpose is, Usher, the lead singer, said while other AI is used to collect data, Ophelia is used to have a conversation. Every time she talks with someone, she learns more about how to communicate. We're really concerned about the conversation cloud that really is much more about human emotions and human contact. Those kind of things, life and death and love and feeling and birth, said Usher, who is the founder of Reimagine AI. Usher said this sort of tech can be used for things such as greeting guests at hotels, acting as a host at museums, or helping people in hospitals. The Next Web reports that for AI to succeed, computer says no mindset needs to die. Analyst Nick McQuire wrote, reports the Next Web, the ability of AI systems to ensure data security and privacy and the level of transparency of how systems work and are trained are now the two most important requirements when investing in machine learning technology. For certain applications such as medical diagnosis, the Next Web says that having the ability to explain the logic behind an algorithm will be a differentiator. For other verticals, the differentiator will be the runtime of the application, the frequency of fine-tuning and relearning of the dataset with new data, and finally, success metrics such as accuracy, true positives, and false negatives. OpenAI is standardizing deep learning framework on PyTorch. The main reason they chose PyTorch is to increase their research productivity at scale on GPUs, graphical processing units. It is very easy to try and execute new research ideas in PyTorch, OpenAI researchers say. For example, switching to PyTorch decreased their iteration time on research ideas in generative modeling from weeks to days. Going forward, they'll primarily use PyTorch as the deep learning framework, but sometimes use other ones when there's specific technical reason to do so. Technology Review reports that says that creating neural networks that are more transparent can lead us to overtrust them. The solution might be to change how they explain themselves. It is easier to understand what an automated system is doing and see when it is making a mistake if it gives reasons for its actions the way a human would. If AI systems are to be used by more people, those people must be part of the design from the start, and different people need different kinds of explanations, points out Tech Review. Think of a cancer diagnosing artificial intelligence. You'd want the explanation it gives to an oncologist to be very different from the explanation it gives to the patient, says researcher Upal Izar. Ultimately, we want AIs to explain themselves not only to data scientists and doctors, but to police officers using face recognition technology, teachers using analytics software in their classrooms, students trying to make sense of their social media feeds, and anyone sitting in the back seat of a self-driving car. Now an article from Fast Company. Startups are creating unsettling human-like avatars to take over customer service jobs or even act as stand-in for celebrities. This artificial intelligence avatar, Roman, a product of a New Zealand-based Soul Machines, is supposed to offer a human-like interaction by simulating the way our brains handle conversation. Roman can interpret facial expressions, generate expressions of his own, and converse on a variety of topics, making him what Soul Machines calls a digital hero. In conversing with the actual humans behind him at Soul Machines, along with a couple of competitors, the authors of the article started to understand why these startups persist. At stake is the ability to replace or at least replicate the work of actual people on a grand scale. If you believe this future is inevitable, as many of these companies do, now's the time to start showing off what it might look like, even if the results are far from perfect. Bloomberg states that tech CEOs in Davos dodge issues by warning audiences about artificial intelligence. Warning the business elite about the dangers of artificial intelligence has meant little time has been spent at Davos on recurring problems, notably a series of revelations about how much privacy users are sacrificing to use tech products. Tech Republic cites a report by Deloitte saying that pundits have long predicted the end of programming. Some have forecasted that computers would eventually write their own programs. Others have suggested that the task of programming computers will give way to a process of teaching computers by means of machine learning. Both of these are happening to a limited degree, but for years to come, most software will be created by people, Deloitte added. AI-enhanced software development tools are a good example of how artificial intelligence can empower rather than replace workers. Technology leaders are on a mission to help their organizations create the future, and savvy use of AI to improve the practice of software development can support this mission. From an article on the Wall Street Journal, for AI to work well, companies need to integrate it into their fabric and into the individual processes that power the core of the business. They need to tap into the right data sources, create the right processes or re-engineer the existing ones, and develop the right feedback loops so the AI can get better and better. They also need to ensure that the users of the AI solutions are very actively involved in the design of this solution from day one. In parallel with the artificial intelligence initiatives, many companies are also undertaking large digital transformations, focusing on how they can enhance the customer experience through much more seamless multi-channel interactions. It is critical that companies tightly link AI and other digital transformations so they can fuel and propel each other. AI leaders understand this. 88% of companies that generate value from tightly integrate or at least connect their artificial intelligence and digital initiatives. Okay guys, it's all for today. See you next time with AI Radar. Bye.